There's some really nice online AI mastering services, and they range from free and go into affordable pricing. And we're going to look at 6 of the more popular online AI mastering services, and those include Mixia, the free BandLab mastering, landr Studio mastering, Waves Mastering, Slate Virtue, and Mixing.studio, which is another free option. So let's jump in and check them out. So first I want to do a blind test, and that's because I want you to kind of pick out the one that you think you like right away without even knowing which one it is. So you can see if it's maybe the free option that you like, or maybe it's one of the more premium options. So you can see up here, I have the original normalized audio. So this is unmastered, and all of these are normalized to the same decibel. So none of them are actually louder than each other. They all go to the same decibel, but some are going to have more perceived loudness. So let's give this a listen.
Three lights in the sky, three lights blinking in the night, and they shine down on me, but I didn't feel a thing. They shine down so bright, I started climbing high. These three lights in the sky, three lights blinking in the...
So maybe now you kind of have an idea of which of these you like initially without even knowing which one is what. So let's have a look at what each one is. And we'll start with the first one. And this is actually the free Mastering.studio option. And with the free mastering options, you can only have it as 44.1 kilohertz. You'll have to upgrade for 4800 kilohertz or whatever you want for the higher quality audio, but 44.1 kilohertz is decent quality. It's CD quality, so you shouldn't really have to worry too much about that. And for a free option, it actually sounds pretty good. It's not my favorite out of all of these, but it probably is my favorite out of the free options, and we'll compare those two together when we get to that point. But let's give a listen to the free Mastering.studio.
The sky, three lights blinking in the night, and they shine down on me, but I didn't feel a thing. They shine down so bright.
All right, so that's the free Mastering.studio option. If you're on an extremely tight budget, this might be a good option for you. Now let's move on to the second mastering service, and this one is Mixia from DistroKid. One of the things that I do like about it is that it seems to keep the dynamics intact a little more compared to some of the other options that really flatten out your waveform. And you can see that here. It's got a little bit more dynamics in there, whereas these ones are a little more squared off. So that's one thing that I do like about it. The pricing of Mixia is $99 a year, and you can do unlimited masters during that year. So if you think you're going to be releasing a lot of singles, EPs, even albums, maybe you're trying to come up with the next big meme song, this might be a decent option for you. So let's have a listen to it.
The sky, three lights blinking in the night, and they shine down on me, but I didn't feel a thing.
All right, so that is the second one, which is Mixia from DistroKid. So now let's have a look at the third option I went with, and this one is the Waves online mastering. And this one's actually one of my favorite options, and it's not terribly priced either. It goes on a credit basis, so each credit is one song master. If you buy your credits in a bundle, then you save per song. And this ranges between $2.99 and goes up to $5.99. And either way, that's actually not too bad of a price per master. $6 for a nice mastered song it's not too bad. If you're just coming up with singles every now and then, or EPs, or maybe even doing an album here and there, this isn't that bad of an option, especially if you do buy a bundle of these credits. You're getting a really good price on this. So let's give the Waves Online Mastering a listen.
Sky, three lights blinking in the night, and they shine down on me, but I didn't feel a thing. They shine down so bright, I started climbing high.
All right, so that was our third option, which is the Waves Online Mastering. Great if you're releasing a lot of singles here and there, or EPs here and there, or albums here and there. The pricing really isn't that bad. Now let's move on to the fourth option, and this one is the landr Studio Online Mastering. And this one's actually become my go-to for quick online masters, and there's a couple of ways that you can purchase this. You can subscribe to the landr Studio service, which not only gives you unlimited online masters, but you can also do unlimited releases, so you can get your music onto Spotify and Amazon and all of the major streaming services, plus a bunch of the smaller ones as well. You get a ton of free plugins, and these are premium plugins. They're actually really nice, and they add new ones in there all the time, so it's really cool to check those out. You get a ton of free loops and samples, and those are always being added more and more. Plus you get a bunch of credits, so you can get some of the more premium ones. You get a ton of credits, so if you make music through loops and samples or use those in your music, the landr Studio is a decent option for you. So it's $11.99 a month, or $144 a year, but I do have a link down in the description, and I think you save like 30% off of that. It's somewhere around there anyway, so you can check out that link and see what you save if you think that's an option for you. If you don't want to subscribe to landr Studio, but you still want the online mastering, they do have a credit system, and it's about $10 per track. So let's have a listen to the landr Studio Master.
Sky, three lights blinking in the night, and they shine down on me, but I didn't feel a thing. They shine down so bright, I started climbing high.
All right, so that was landr Studio. If you release a lot of tracks every year, or want to release a lot of tracks and get them all onto Spotify and everything, and you want some decent online mastering, that landr Studio is probably a great option for you. Now let's move on to online AI mastering service number 5, and this one is Slate Virtue. So this one's a little bit of a newer option, as it came out not too long ago, and you can actually give it a try. They give you 2 free masters right off the bat. You just have to sign up for an account on there. And if you really like the Slate Virtue option, it goes by a credit system, which is $4.99 per track. So that's actually not too bad for a decent mastered song. Let's check out Slate Virtue and compare it with our original.
Sky, three lights blinking in the night, and they shine down on me, but I didn't feel a thing. They shine down so bright, I started climbing high.
That one's actually not too bad. And again, this one kept the dynamics intact, where you see this one's really squared out. Some of them are really squared off, but you can see this one's kept your dynamics intact, which gives it a little more of a natural sound. Now let's move on to option number 6. And by default, you may know which one this is. It's the BandLab free mastering. For a free mastering service, it does do a decent job. It sounds better than my original, in my opinion anyway. And as of the recording of this video, and as of for years now, you can do unlimited free mastering through the BandLab mastering service. You just need to sign up for a free BandLab account, and then you have access to this, plus all the other stuff that they give musicians for free. So let's have a listen to what this one sounds like, and then I want to compare it with the other free option. But right now I'm just going to compare it with the original.
The sky, three lights blinking in the night, and they shone down on me, but I didn't feel a thing. They shine down so bright, I started climbing high.
All right, so that is the free BandLab mastering. Let's compare it with the free mastering.studio, which was number 1.
The sky, three lights blinking in the night, and they shone down on me, but I didn't feel a thing. They shine down so bright.
I do like, for this song anyway, the free mastering.studio out of those two. And so what's my favorite out of all of these options? That's the landr Studio. I do really like it. It's become my go-to, but the Waves online mastering is a very close second. I do like to compare the two when I'm doing some mastering to see which one I like better for that specific song, and sometimes the Waves does come out on top. So let's compare those two side by side right now.
The sky, three lights blinking in the night, and they shone down on me, but I didn't feel a thing. They shine down so bright, I started climbing high.
They both have their own kind of flavor to them, and depending on what you're going for with your specific track, either of those could be the better option. So it is worth checking out. And in addition to online mastering services, there's also AI mastering plugins, including a free option, and you can check out how those compare in this video right here. There's some great stuff in there. I do recommend checking it out after this video that you just watched. And if you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Thank you so much for watching. For Audio Tech TV, I'm Zane. Keep creating. Fist bump. Thumbs up.